Today we're travelling by train from our home on Merseyside for a week's holiday at my parents in Kent. But we're not going to go the obvious and quickest way. We're going to take a leisurely trip via the East Coast Main Line from Leeds in order to take a ride on a piece of railway history, one of the 11 35-year-old 225's restored into regular service by LNER. But as you'll see, this leisurely trip is nearly tripped up by delays getting across the Pennines.
Unfortunately, we're not able to leave yet as driver's still on his booked brakes and he can't come onto the train until we've had his qualifying hours.
So welcome to another On The Rails video. Where are we heading to, McKenna?
My nan and granddad's and my auntie and uncles and my cousins.
Head down in Kent. But we're hoping that we're going to get an old train from Leeds down to King's Cross, but hopefully going to be on a 225, aren't we? Which we'll video later.
That sounds really bad.
I know, the sun's beautiful. For a change, we've actually got the sun out.
It
was raining before.
I don't think I should have burnt my coat.
It's all at an angle. I can't stretch my arm out any longer. So, anyway. So we've arrived at, where are we? Manchester Victoria so far, and the train, as you can see, is empty. So we're on this train now for another hour and a bit.
It's Leeds service.
Now there are quicker ways from our house down to London and Kent. We could have gone down the West Coast Main Line and got a Pendolino on the Vanity West Coast, but we thought, no, we're going to take a nice leisurely trip down. If we went down the West Coast Main Line, it would take us about 4 hours down to Kent. This is going to take us probably about 7 hours. Now, to be honest, I have actually got quite a layover at Leeds. Longer than maybe I need to. I could shorten this journey down, but we're not in a rush. And we get to see this marvellous countryside across the Pennines, and it's a marvellous part of the country. So this part of the journey is going to take about an hour to get over the Pennines. We've got about an hour layover in Leeds, and then it's a 2-hour journey on the 225. Hopefully we're lucky. And then quick walk over to St Pancras, and then we've got an hour journey at the end down into Kent. As you can see, the scenery up here on this part of the journey is amazing. I thoroughly recommend you to get a train over the Pennines if you get a chance. The scenery is fantastic. Now it looks like we're running backwards, but in actual fact, because Bradford Interchange is actually a terminus, we've actually had to come out in reverse, so to speak. So that's why it looks like we're running backwards. train?
It's got a bomb.
Yeah.
I'll carry it.
I'll do that.
I'll do it. I find it fun.
Cool. Well, you do that then, and I'll record the train. Right, let's go up at the front. Let's go and have a look.
Let's do this one.
Here's the class 91. These have all been retired except for a couple. Most of the fleet's been retired. We retired years ago.
I can see why it looks dented.
It's nearly 40 years old, this train. No.
So it's now as old as you.
These were supposed to be retired about 3 years ago, but LNER decided to keep a couple of them for special trips.
It literally has a view from there.
I know.
I know.
Now these IC225 sets have been totally refurbished by LNER. And as you can see, this is a standard class coach. Plenty of room, several with table seats. They've done a wonderful job with restoring these coaches. Like I said, they're 35 years old, these things, and I think they're better than the Azumas, to be honest. And speak of the devil, there's one of the new Azumas now. So I think it's time to sit back and relax for our 2-hour journey down to London. So let's go and have a look at this IC225. So I've sent my daughter and my son down to the cafe car, which is several coaches down. These IC225's are 9 coaches long, and they're split into 5 standard class coaches, 1 cafe coach and 3 first class coaches. Total capacity of an IC225 is 543, and that's split into 420 standard class seats and 123 first class seats. Each standard class coach can hold 78 people. Each first class carriage can hold 41 people, and the cafe coach can hold 30. Each coach has a luggage space and a WC. As you can see, they've done a remarkable job with these coaches. They are absolutely fabulous. Even sitting in standard class, you feel like you're sitting in first class, to be honest with you. What I have to say is there's no dining car on these trains, but there is a cafe in coach H, and on these trains you can actually order at your seat, although the system wasn't actually working on the day that we were there. Love these trains. I thoroughly recommend going on them if you get a chance to. Now we're going to really have to get up to the top of the train. Go! Now I should have explained that an IC225 set actually consists of the 9 coaches which I mentioned earlier, plus Class 91 electric locomotive at one end and a Class 82 DVT, which is a driving van trailer. This means this train can be actually run from both ends without having to turn it round. Now LNER services actually terminate at King's Cross in London, and for us it's just a short walk over the road to St Pancras, which is where our southeastern Javelin trains will go from. Same station as the Eurostars. In fact, the Javelins actually go from upstairs, and they're actually on the platforms next to the Eurostars, as you'll notice in a few seconds' time. The Javelins actually share the high speed line for some of the journey down to Kent, travelling through Ebbsfleet. Unfortunately, since the pandemic, the Eurostars no longer stop at Ebbsfleet or Ashford. Hopefully that will be changed in the years to come. These Javelin trains have certainly revolutionised travel down into Kent. Before, you used to only be able to get into London from Kent to Victoria and Charing Cross and Cannon Street, but getting into St Pancras in less than an hour was definitely a major improvement. So this journey will only take us 45 minutes down into Kent.
During your journey, I will be walking through the train, so make sure you have your tickets ready for inspection. Thank you.
Okay, well after a leisurely 7 hours we've arrived at Rainham. Let's just let this Javelin disappear. So, good journey, really good. That's only half the story though, because hopefully on the way back we'll have another 225, but that's for another day. Now at King's Cross station, all LNER trains actually go from platforms 0 to 8, which is on the right hand side of the station. She's off, she's gone. She's actually gone. Right, come here, do you want to pull it? No? Sure? Right down the end. Right, because you're in the wrong bit. If you want to get on the right seats, it's this one you need to get on. There you are, Kayla. That's the one. Right. Ready? Oh. Right, 40, whatever it is. Have you got it?
Wait, do you mind going inside or outside?
Oh. Right, if I sit where you are, Michaela, because I want to shoot it on the way out. Sit on that side, I'll shoot on that side. Now, I'll be honest, on the East Coast main line, there's not a lot to see out the window except a lot of freight yards. In fact, GBRF actually opened up a new one at Peterborough, which we'll see shortly. So it's great scenery for people that like trains. If you're not, then I'm afraid there's not a lot to see really on the way up. The land is quite flat, and as I say, there's a lot of freight yards on this line. A lot of the really nice scenery is up further north beyond places like York and so on. That's where you get the really nice scenery. So just coming up is one of the very few flat crossings, or for our US friends, an at-grade crossing. They were quite common in years gone by, but this is one of the few that are left. And this flat crossing is actually just north of Newark. Hang on. Out the way. Oh, down there. We're going to have a look at the train mile before we go to our next train. It's really annoying. Ow! That hurt. Oh, that didn't go so well. Oh, he's got a bit of a wobble on there. He's lost it.
What happened?
I don't know what happened there. You had a bit of a tank slap again there. that oh dear, that was funny. I don't know what happened there. You were just walking along, all of a sudden decided to do its own thing. That was a bit, yeah, don't know what was going on there. There you go.
1632 Northern service to Sheffield via Castle.
And as a final added bonus, there was actually an intermodal train following us back into Newton Le Willows. So there we go. All done. A little bit of a bonus at the end there with a little freight train coming through. I'm not expecting that. I am now going to go home after that long journey home, and going to have a wash and a shave, as you can see. There you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a really good trip, and we'll see you on the next one. Sorry, I'm looking down to see where the stairs are. I'm trying to walk downstairs. And we'll see you on the next one.